This episode of Let Your Voice Soar is brought to you by Superior Vocal Health Products. Superior Vocal Health Products can be used individually to suit your exact vocal health needs, or as a complete herbal organic vocal health care system to help keep you covered for any issues that may come up. Not only do they help you as a singer or voice professional, but they're great for your overall health, and that says a lot.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 19th episode of Let Your Voice Soar. My name is Alani Stanfill. I'm your vocal coach here at Voice Soaring Studios. Today we're going to discuss, define, and practice one of the most important aspects of singing, and that is posture. But I'm not talking about body posture just yet. We'll discuss that in another episode. Rather, I'm talking about facial posture. After all, your face is one of the first things that people see when you walk into the stage, into an audition, or in front of the camera like I am today. Now, years ago, 1999 to be exact, I walked into my first lesson with the late Leona Matthews, and after about 30 minutes of some very intense vocal exercises, she said to me in her very thick Lithuanian accent, "Jeff, why do you look so sad when you sing?" She looked at the accompanist sitting at the piano and she asked her, "Why do singers look so sad when they sing? When you look sad, the sound is sad. Please, give me a little lift under the cheeks. It will help lift the sound out of your throat." Now, once I was able to accomplish this lifting of the cheeks, I immediately felt the sound lift out of my throat. My voice had been stuck in my throat for a long time prior to this lesson, so the relief I felt when I used this concept that Leona was teaching me felt amazing. It was definitely an aha moment in my journey to becoming a better singer. Now, good facial posture is not unlike good body posture. Think of it like this. If you're sitting at a piano many hours a day like me coaching singers, or at a computer answering emails, keeping up with social media, or editing videos, you want to make sure that your body is not slouching over the keys of the piano or the computer keyboard. Sitting nice and tall with a good deal of flexibility in your spine is crucial to maintaining healthy body posture. Now, the same can be said for your face. By keeping a lifted feeling underneath the cheekbones, you're going to maintain a more youthful appearance, and your singing voice is going to sound much better. Now let's get into why this lifted feeling improves the sound of your voice. First off, you'll notice that the moment you lift your cheeks, you'll likely feel a stretch in the back of the throat. That's your soft palate beginning to stretch up. The lift of the cheeks not only lifts the soft palate, but it begins to stretch it wide. This is one of the first steps in finding your internal acoustic space. I found that the best way to access this stretch is to imagine that you're trying not to yawn in front of someone. So I'm going to completely relax my face and show you what happens when I try to hide a yawn. You'll notice that my cheeks went up, and even though you may not be able to see this, my larynx dropped. Now, I don't have a very prominent Adam's apple, but rather a flat larynx that's typical of many tenors. But it did go down, and I have the sensation of more space inside. That space, or internal acoustic space, is how you'll begin to develop your resonance. So just to prove my point, I'm going to speak to you guys with a very relaxed facial posture like this. Hey guys, thanks for joining the show today. We're going to learn all about good facial posture. And I'm going to talk like this, and it's going to be very boring. I'm sure if you just saw me talk like this, you would probably go to another video. So watch what happens when I add good facial posture and when I add that pre-yawn or trying to hide your yawn feeling. Hey guys, thank you so much. You can actually hear the difference in the sound immediately. My back opened up, the breath felt deeper, I felt much more space in my throat. Now it's your turn to try this. Now if you're sitting, make sure you're sitting nice and tall but not rigid. You should be able to move your rib cage side to side, nothing locks. Now let your face totally relax. Blow out all your air. As we want to start with a fresh tank of air. Close your mouth and slowly take in air enough through that hide your yawn position. Let your jaw drop slightly We want to feel some space between the top and lower molars. Try not to clench your teeth. Breathe in and lift your cheeks like this. Then you're going to say, "Hi, how are you today?" Do that a few times. "Hi, how are you today?" "Hi, how are you today?" "Hi, how are you today?" Do that a few times. You can use any phrase you like, but a greeting like this is effective because it's how we want to sound when we greet someone. We want to sound excited when we greet someone, and we want the sound to sound sincere when we ask that person how they're doing. Now that you've practiced the phrase a few times, let's add the phrase onto a very simple 5-tone scale ending in an arpeggio. I'll sing it for you a few times, and then you can sing it along with me, and then you'll sing it by yourself with just the piano. By the way, I do not advocate nose breathing for every exercise or phrase, but for this particular exercise, the nose breath works well because it helps you get the feeling of that stretch inside. Okay? So now that we have the concept, let's start singing. So just to give you an idea of how the exercise sounds on the piano, it's going to sound like this. So we're going to add "Hi, how are you today" onto this scale like this. Hi, how are you today? Okay, once again, it goes like this. Hi, how are you today? Now, if you need to start the scale with that high the yawn position before, you're going to do it like this. Hi, how are you today? Okay? Now, you don't have to do that before every half step, but it really helps you get that deep feeling with the breath, that lifted feeling with the soft palate, and the lift of the cheeks. So guys, you're going to be starting at C3. Ladies, you're going to be starting at C4. Let me demonstrate it for the ladies first, and then I'll go down to the guys, okay? Here we go. Hi, how are you today? This time, I'm going to use that hide the yawn feeling before I sing the exercise. Here we go. Hi, how are you today? Now that's quite high for me, but by using that lift in my cheeks and that pre-yawn or hide the yawn feeling, I got enough breath underneath the sound that it was actually pretty easy to get up there. So here we go. You ready? Okay. Hi, how are you today? By yourself? Excellent. Here we go. Hi, how are you today? By yourself? Let's take it up. Now I will tell you that lifted feeling is going to help you get that high note much easier. Okay, let's take it up. Hi, how are you today? By yourself? Let's go up. Hi, how are you today? By yourself? Now, if this gets too high for you, please drop out. But if you're a tenor or a soprano, as I always say, this should be relatively easy for you. Now, if you're a baritone or a mezzo-soprano, or an alto, you can actually take it up this high, but just make sure that you're using the right amount of breath, the right amount of space, and staying as relaxed in your back and your neck as possible. One thing I want to talk about is the fact that sometimes if you do this for a long period of time, your face might get tired. Now, I don't want tension to creep into your face when you're doing this. Everything that I give you, every concept that I give you, is to be done in moderation. You know, you can take any concept to the extreme. I'm not asking you to really hyperextend your cheeks here and overstretch your throat. No, we want it to be as efficient as possible and as natural looking as possible. Hi, how are you today? By yourself? Let's take it up. We're getting on up there. A few more. Hi, how are you today? By yourself? Right. Two more. You ready? Here we go. Hi, how are you today? By yourself? Last one. Here we go. You ready? Hi, how are you today? By yourself? Excellent, excellent work. Give yourself a big congratulations. Give yourself a big hug. I hope that went well for you. Now, if you have any questions about this exercise or concept of the facial posture, please do not hesitate to write me at jeff@voicesoaring.com, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below. If you're looking for a great vocal workout program, check out my instructional DVD and CD called Let Your Voice Soar. It's now available as a digital download forever and ever from the website www.voicesoaring.com. When you're ordering the digital download, don't forget to add Voice Soaring into the checkout code for 15% off the retail price. If you're one of the many, many singers who've already purchased the program, I want to say a big thank you to you. It is so thrilling to know that singers all around the world are learning the concepts of the Swedish-Italian School of Singing. Now, if you're in the New York area or northern New Jersey and you're looking for a vocal coach, I have studios in Midtown Manhattan at the beautiful Ripley Greer Studios. My private studio is here in West Orange, New Jersey, and I have another studio at Dance Design Studios in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and I would be so honored for you to become a subscriber to the channel. So be sure to hit that little subscribe button down in the bottom right-hand side. Thank you so much, and until next time, keep singing and let your voice soar.